The University of Mississippi School of Law, also known as Ole Miss Law, is an ABA-accredited law school located on the campus of the University of Mississippi in Oxford, Mississippi. The School of Law opened in 1854 and is the fourth oldest state-supported law school in the country. In 2009, National Jurist Magazine rated the University of Mississippi School of Law among the top 5 best-value law schools in the United States. Deborah Bell is the current interim dean. The law school is home to 5 auxiliary law programs: the National Center for Remote Sensing Air and Space Law, the National Center for Justice and the Rule of Law, the Mississippi Innocence Project, the Mississippi Law Research Institute, and the Mississippi Judicial College. The law school also offers a number of clinical programs, including clinics in child advocacy, criminal appeals, elder law, housing, mediation practicum, legislation and AMP policy, tax practicum, street law, and transactional law. The Macarthur Justice Clinic, a branch of the program at Northwestern University School of Law, opened in the fall of 2014. In fall 2010, the University of Mississippi School of Law enrolled an entering class of 199 students from an applicant pool of 1,150. The median LSAT score for the entering class was 156 and the median GPA was 3.51. Ethnically, 16% of the entering students were minorities. The first-year class consisted of 107 men and 92 women. The School of Law has a faculty of 34 full-time and adjunct professors with expertise in various areas of practice. The student-faculty ratio is 18.21. The School of Law moved into a newly constructed building in January 2011. The School of Law offers the only dedicated aerospace law curriculum in the nation from an ABA-accredited school. Michael Dodge became the first person to receive a certificate in remote sensing air and space law from the University of Mississippi School of Law in 2008. According to Ole Miss official 2013 ABA-required disclosures, 58.4% of the class of 2013 obtained full-time, long-term, JD-required employment 9 months after graduation. History. The University of Mississippi School of Law was founded in 1854 by the state legislature after recognizing a need for formal law instruction in the state of Mississippi. The Department of Law, as it was then referred to, consisted of 7 students and 1 professor. The School of Law has had 7 homes over the course of its history. Classes were originally held in the Lyceum, the oldest building on the University of Mississippi campus. Shortly before the Civil War, the then Department of Law was relocated to a building close to Oxford Square. The university agreed to lease the building in order to prevent the owner from filing for bankruptcy. This agreement lasted until the start of the Civil War in 1861, when most of the law school students volunteered to serve in the Confederate military. When the school reopened in 1866, it was again relocated to a building that occupied the current site of Peabody Hall. The law school closed a second time in 1876, as there were no law students during the latter years of Reconstruction. In 1911, classes were moved to Ventris Hall, which was then known as Lamar Hall, named after famed Mississippian L.U.C. Lamar. The Department of Law officially became the School of Law in 1921. 10 years later, the law school moved to the building now known as Farley Hall. It remained here until 1978 when it was moved to Lamar Law Center. In January 2011, the School of Law moved a sixth time to the newly constructed Robert C. Carr Youth Law Center. Employment. According to Ole Miss official 2013 ABA-required disclosures, 58.4% of the class of 2013 obtained full-time, long-term, JD-required employment 9 months after graduation. Ole Miss Law School transparency underemployment score is 18.9%, indicating the percentage of the class of 2013 unemployed, pursuing an additional degree, or working in a non-professional, short-term, or part-time job 9 months after graduation. Costs. The total cost of attendance at Ole Miss for the 2013-2014 academic year is $32,878 for residents and $28,775 for non-residents. The law school transparency estimated debt-financed cost of attendance for 3 years is $129,282 for residents and $197,944. Publications: Mississippi Sports Law Review, Journal of Space Law, Mississippi Law Journal, Mississippi Business Law Reporter. Notable alumni: former University of Mississippi Chancellor, author, collegiate and professional football player Robert C. Carr, author John Grisham, Governor of Arkansas Charles Hillman Bruff, Arkansas State Representative Marvin Childers, U.S. Senator for Mississippi Thad Cochran, U.S. Senator for Mississippi Roger Wicker, former U.S. Senator for Mississippi Trent Lott, former U.S. Senator for Mississippi James O. Eastland, U.S. Representative for Mississippi Greg Harper, former U.S. Representative for Missouri Kenny Hulshoff, former U.S. Representative for Tennessee in United States Federal Judge Ed Bryant, former Governor of Mississippi Haley Barbour, former Governor of Mississippi Ronnie Musgrove, former Governor of Mississippi William A. Allain, former Governor of Mississippi William Winter, former Governor of Mississippi Cliff Finch, former Governor of Mississippi William Waller, former Governor of Mississippi Paul B. Johnson, Jr., former Lieutenant Governor of Mississippi Evelyn Gandy, former Mississippi Speaker of the House Tim Ford, United States Federal Judge Michael P. Mills, United States Federal Judge Keith Starrett, Federal Judge, United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit E. Grady Jolly, Federal Judge, United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit Risa Hawkins Barksdale, former Chief Judge, United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit Charles Clark, Chief Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court William L. Waller, Jr. Presiding Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court George C. Carlson, Jr. Associate Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court Jesse H. Dickinson, Associate Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court Michael K. Randolph, Associate Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court Ann Hannaford Lamar, Associate Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court James West Kitchens, First female Mississippi Supreme Court Justice Lenore Prather, first African-American Mississippi Supreme Court Justice and former Mississippi Bar President Reuben Anderson, State's Attorney for Baltimore City Patricia Jessamy, trial lawyer Richard Scruggs, attorney, talk radio host, and Mississippi Senator Christopher McDaniel, American war veteran, attorney, politician, and actor Boyce Holloman, Republican gubernatorial nominee in 1963 and 1967 and attorney Rubel Phillips, former Mississippi State Senator and retired U.S. District Court Judge Charles W. Pickering, former Mississippi Republican State Representative and Biloxi lawyer Charles K. Pringle, Louisiana lawyer, lobbyist, and political appointee Theodore Ted Jones, former state chairman of the Mississippi Republican Party Jim Herring,